Hey Alexa, turn off timer.
1 hour timer canceled.
Man, we got a lot of coins to look at today. Oh my god, look at all this reversals. Wow. Wow. Oh my gosh. That's awesome, man. Look at this. Our target was hit. Let's go. I'm probably going to get so many super chats. No, I'm just joking. I hope y'all making money. Check stock RSI, blah, blah, Dogelon Mars, oversold. This guy wants me to check the stock RSI on Dogelon Mars. Come on. Come on, man. Boom and USCR. Boom. USCR is having a nice move too. 100 and look at this. 100 and dude, that's insane. What is it? 100% in one day. Damn, it's pretty good. Can you do reactive network, please, bro? Join the live stream. I will take a look. Music. Alrighty, so let's see. Let's read the chat. We got 12 bogeys in the chat. Let's go. 14 bogeys in the chat. Wow, it's going to be a good day. Silver Days, welcome. I'm back. Let's go. 5 p.m. Matthew Dropco. Mog. How's Mog doing? How is Mog doing? It better be going up for you, man. Let's... Okay. It had a nice move. It had a nice move. Decent move. XCN looking good? Yeah, it is. I saw. Just keep in mind, we'll make an update video on XCN, but XCN is hitting resistance, so this is where traders are going to be taking profits. So excited for Dogging Me and Mog, up over 40% on both. Let's go, Keith Wallace. You stuck with it, and now you're up 40% on this trade. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Dogging Me, nice. Wow, 53% move in one day. That's insane. In 2 days. My portfolio has been going up and down by a few hundred all day today. Let's go. Silver Day says Zebic. I think it's about to break out. God's Rare Creation says Ventus. We'll take a look at it. What a week, huh? Yeah, I go on vacation and everything starts going up. Of course, no posting videos during the week, so unfortunately I couldn't capitalize on the run, but I think the channel analytics are going back up. The chart looks very similar to Bitcoin's chart, so we're getting a nice little bounce right now on the views, which is pretty good. All right, let's take a look at Zebic for. But just keep in mind, this might be a bear trap. So I don't mean to be super bearish, but just keep that in mind. Yeah, so taking a look at Zebic Network on the live stream. So just keep in mind, like we said before, I don't need to change my chart. We said resistance at 2028 to 33. So if you're a moon boy, then obviously you're expecting to for this area to break, and 2045 would be the next area. However, if we don't manage to break this area of resistance, you will come back down and you will retest this low, exactly what happened last time, okay? And at that point, establishing a base, breaking down, making a lower low, will send you back down to this box. So I don't mean to be super bearish, but just be careful because, again, this is where traders are going to be taking profits, and you are looking at around a 33% pump. So not financial advice, just my opinion. Thank you so much for your support. Blah, 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 blah. All right, let's see. God's Rare Creation for 2 beans, says Aventus. Yo, let's go. Thank you so much for the 2 beans, man. I really appreciate that. Yeah, so Aventus is struggling. You are getting this wick. Like, you are getting... I don't like these liquidity wicks, but just keep in mind that you are attempting to break out. Now, $1.45 to $2.16 is still in play. However, obviously, you can see relative to other coins that have nicer retracements and moves. You're not even at area of resistance yet. So I don't mean to be super bearish, but if you're holding it long term, you need to absolutely break 145 and 216. Once that breaks, clear shot to the 618 retracement should be in play. Typically that is what happens, which is 411. So again, if you're trading it, you're looking at 300%. And then if you're actually selling at resistance, then you're looking at 64 to 119%. So once this breaks, though, it's going to the moon. Obviously, I say this every single time. Aventus is such a small market cap that any amount of small volume is going to send this thing to the moon. So thank you so much for the 2 beans. I really appreciate that. Flip Coins is in the house. Welcome, Flip Coins. I'm so happy we're getting some sort of relief rally right now. So thank you for stopping by, man. Let me know what you want me to look at for you. Flex says SCI and Plume SR, please. What the heck is that? Hold on. All right, is that better? All right, let's take a look at SCI. I don't know when the last time I made an update video on this, so let's just see if our targets got hit. No, it didn't. Did someone just Venmo me? Yo, Flip Coins for 10 beans on Venmo. Yo, thank you so much for that's crazy. That was part of my New Year's resolution. It was resolution. That's funny. My New Year's thing was making a Venmo for the channel. So, because all that is fee free. That's funny. One letter, 2 completely different words. Fee free. Anyway, thank you so much for the 10 beans. I really appreciate that. That's awesome. So let me look at SCI and then I'll take a look at all of your coins. So SCI, you are attempting to get a reversal right now. So obviously you're still stuck in this downtrend. Support is at 9 cents 40. And on the macro time frame, you're still bearish under 18 to 26 cents. That's obviously where traders are going to be taking profits. Now on the shorter time frame, you're creeping up on the first level of resistance, which is 14 to 17 cents. So if we don't break this level, you're just looking at a retracement, making a lower high, validating this channel, and then coming back down and breaking down. So it just depends. Are you holding it or are you trading it, right? So if you're holding it, you need to break 14, 17, 23, and then invalidate this downtrend. And then we could say, hey, these are the next targets on the upside and to the moon. But if it doesn't, then obviously you're going to get wrecked, because if you're as a holder, it's going to come all the way back up like it has every single time. You're going to get stuck and you're going to come back down, make a lower low, and invalidate this downtrend. Flip Coins, yeah, thank you so much for making me make a Venmo. So thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that. Your other coin was Plume. I don't even know what that is. Plume. Have we looked at it? Oh my God, we did look at it and it did. What happened? Oh my gosh, yeah. So last time we looked at this, we said it was in an uptrend. We said this was support. Obviously, when support breaks, then you come back down and retest the 618.786, and it blew right past that. So obviously, this is a gamble play. You already know this is a gamble play, so just be careful. Now, from the high to the low, bearish as long as the coin's under 2 cents 80, bullish over 4 cents 30. There's nothing else to look at. You're making lower lows. You might come down and refill the silk at 1 cent. So just be careful with this coin. Just back up to its 236382 is 48% to 125. So be careful. And that's pretty much it. It's not financial advice, just my opinion. Matthew Jopko says your room is dark at your computer. Hard to see your face. Did you turn off the light? No, I didn't, but I did. I hope it got better. But flip coins for 15 months. That's a long time. 15 months. It says Arrow and Turbo. Let's take a look at Arrow. Let me make a video on this. Yeah, wow. Taking a look at Aerodrome Finance on the live stream. So our target and area support did hold. Typically, when we come back down to the 236, when we break the 236.382 resistance, we do come down and retest 618, 786, and get some sort of bounce, 40 cents to 54 cents. You actually came down and tagged this area of support perfectly, and then you got a reversal. So as of right now, we need to start looking at the targets on the upside. On the shorter time frame, you're still not out of it, because we are still getting stuck inside of resistance at between 55 and 67 cents. Now, if we can manage to break this area of resistance, the next target is going to be retesting 94 cents and then a full-blown reversal. But keep in mind, we can get stuck here, come back down, make a lower low, validate this downtrend that we're forming inside of a bigger downtrend. And on the other side, if we do break out, we could still get stuck at the 618 at 94 cents. That is going to be the next target and next area where traders are going to be taking profits. So you're looking at another 57% pump from the current price. But as long as it stays over 55 cents, technically you could say you're getting some sort of correction. It's staying over the 236 at 55 cents, which means that it's not bearish. You're still maintaining structure, making higher lows. So you're just waiting for that breakout to 94 cents. But the second 55 cents breaks on the downside, you are probably going to come back down to this low at 39 and probably make a lower low. So not financial advice, just my opinion, and thank you. Yeah, guys, I had to go back to clipping videos on the live stream so I can what do you call it? I can capitalize. I like that word, capitalize. Yeah, so I can capitalize on the work that I'm doing anyway. So I get to now edit these videos that I'm making on the live stream and then get a couple cents on them on the back end. So your other coin was Turbo. Turbo had a nice move, right? Let's go flip coins. Turbo. Yeah, Turbo had a nice move. Look at this. Freaking. I know this doesn't seem like a lot, but 43%. You put in $10,000 to take out $14,000. I'll take that all day long. But I'm a moon boy, so of course I won't sell it until it comes all the way back down and I lose all my money. Taking a look at Turbo on the live stream. So Turbo is having a nice move, but you're still in this downtrend and you're still below resistance at 2025 to 34. So although last time you did come up, you got stuck and got smacked back down, you are technically, arguably maintaining an uptrend and forming higher lows. So right now for Turbo, we're just waiting for a breakout over 25 to 34. Once that breaks, you can see this also coincides perfectly with this downtrend. So once you do break this, then I do think that the next target up in the next area of resistance is 206, and double top here, breakout should send us back up to its all-time high and new highs at around 6 cents. Keep in mind, that's not crazy given that Turbo is also such a small market cap. So it's only 148 million fully diluted. So 6 cents you're looking. So if it goes up 6 cents, let's just say conservatively speaking, it's a 20x. You're looking at a 3 billion market cap. So given that you have meme coins going well past that, that's not impossible. It's not like it's saying it's going to like 500 billion or some astronomical number like that. But none of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion, and thank you so much for your support. Yo, Flip Coins, first of all, thank you so much for the $10 Venmo. I really appreciate that. And thank you so much for the 15 months of membership, man. That's awesome. Thank you so much for supporting the channel and my Dogelon Mars addiction, because that's basically where it all went. At least, hey, I mean, we're getting a nice move up though, right? Am I rich? Am I rich yet? No. See, look at that. I picked the wrong coin. What are you doing? I picked the wrong coin. It's okay. I still believe in it. This is a no-brainer in my opinion. So either I'm gonna be in here, or I'm gonna be right here. So I feel like it's always gonna be like extreme like that. Of course, I find the one coin that's super extreme where it's like, hey, I actually made it. I actually made like $250,000 to $500,000. Or it's going to be like, oh, I lost like, 10 grand. Ooh, pretty good risk to reward ratio though. Let's see. Hey Meow, can you check out ACH? Yes, I can. Welcome to the live stream. We got 20 bogeys in the chat. That's pretty good. Obviously, we're bullish, so I wouldn't doubt us getting up to like 40 to 100 at this point, right? It's still debt though. I mean, we need to see continuation to get some sort of like momentum going with the viewers. Dwayne Kelly for 5 beans. Let's go. Thank you so much for the $5 footlong, man. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Dwayne Kelly says, update Tau and Beam. Okay, so first of all, Beam is a complete gamble. It came all the way back down. Let's see if you're getting some sort of reversal, which I'm really hoping that you are. So give me a second. Let's look at Beam. I want to look at Beam first just to get it over with. Where is it at? Yeah, so Beam, you actually broke down. So let me, I guess, move this because it's sitting all the way at the low. You are obviously getting some sort of reversal, but same with my Dogelon on Mars, right? You actually came down and filled this wick too. So hopefully the bottom's in and hopefully it double bottomed. That's the best case scenario. Now from the bottom, you're already up 23%, but obviously that's nothing, right? You want the big money. You want like 3 zeros added in front of that, right? I get it. I understand. I'm the same way. Let's see. 120 million market cap. Let's see. It looks like it's almost fully diluted. So it looks like, yeah, it's 84% in circulation and the token unlocks. That's right. We were kind of looking at the token unlocks here. It looks like you have exhausted the token unlocks until November of 2026, and then you're going to get contributors unlock, which is obviously going to increase selling pressure. So you might actually temporarily put in a bottom here and get some sort of reversal all the way up to November. So this is going to be our opportunity to sell Dwayne Kelly, okay? Now, first and foremost, you still have resistance at 2.049 to 7, which is going to be around a 50 to 125% pump. Keep in mind that's still validating this downtrend though that we've been in. So it does need to break this area, and then I could say 1 cent 40 is the next target on the upside. But that's key because at that point we're going to look back and say, hey, it was a 618 retracement, and if it's not a 618 retracement, then this thing's going to go to the moon. But first and foremost, let's just look at the first two targets, which is 2.049 to 2.074. That should be your first targets in terms of, it doesn't matter because you're not selling anyway, so you just really want to see it over this level. And then 1 cent 40 is where I'm going to tell you, hey, maybe you should take profits here because you're looking at a 352% move for the current price. And then Bittenzer Tau, where is it at? Where is it at? Oh, this is one of those weird ones where I actually have to type it out, huh? Yeah. Yeah, so Bittenzer is also having a nice move. I think this thing's very bullish. I mean, for the most part, look at this. You've literally stuck over the 382 this entire time. So from the low to the high, what I always say is as long as it stays over the 382, it's still bullish. You're going to get a continuation up, and then we can start looking at the targets on the upside. So I haven't changed my targets yet, and everything is still the same, and it's because every single time we've came to this area and this demand zone, we've gotten some sort of bounce. So very, very, very bullish. We got another bounce from 223. So as of right now, I guess if you really want me to look at the shorter time frame, then I'd say you're technically in resistance right now at 256 to 296, and 374 would be the next area because technically you're still making lower highs here. So that would be the next lower high before you get a bigger move to the downside. And at that point, that 382 still needs to hold. Otherwise, you're going to get a big capitulation down. Don't worry about that right now because it's not, I'm just giving you like worst case scenario. But best case scenario is you ride it to 561, 788, and then all-time highs up to $2,000. So, and at that point, you better start selling because, yeah, basically you better start selling. Like you better start taking profits there. So, not financial advice, Just my opinion. Thank you so much for the $5. I really appreciate that. That's awesome. Alice says, hurry up and hop on Vara before it adds another zero. I actually got into I got into a trade on Vara and it didn't, and I was wrong. And then I wasn't wrong. So, like, I'm over Vara. We even called it. How dumb is that? We even called it. I can't do it though. I can't trade. I really can't trade it. But if I did, we would have been right on the money. I mean, 81%. Oh man, I could have just put 10 grand in and take out $18,000. Like free $8,000. Thank you. Hey, did you do it, Aloe? Did you do it? Please tell me you did it. You literally create a bullish divergence on the RSI, man, and you made a lower low. How bullish is that? We might have actually put in a bottom for Vara, but I guess I'll make a video on this. Taking a look at Vara on the live stream. So a couple things to note. You actually created a bullish divergence on the RSI, meaning that although you made a lower low on the price, you made a higher low on the RSI indicator, and now we're getting a breakout. However, Vara has a long ways to go before it's any sort of macro bullish and before it could maintain any sort of uptrend. Obviously, this thing looks like it's going to zero. It doesn't look like it has any sort of heartbeat. So just be careful when you get into this coin because there are liquidity wicks on the way up. So right now you're banking, if you're buying right now, you're banking that we've bottomed and you put in a permanent bottom for Vara before a major reversal. Now, it is still bearish under 2033, bullish over 2081. It did go up 81% from the low, 96%. Oh my God, 9,600, damn. It did go up 96% from the low. So from the current price, you are looking at another 130 to 400% pump before we get some sort of rejection and or a correction. So just keep that in mind. You do need to break this area of resistance that's boxed for any sort of continuation. We still have the opportunity to go up, trap a couple more people before it comes back down and makes a lower low. None of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion. Thank you so much for your support, and I'll catch you in the next video. What's brutal is that after the live streams, I have to edit every single one of these videos, which takes another like long time. It takes a long time, but this is exactly what I want to see. So if you guys have any coins that are going up, this is what's getting me views. So I can actually post this video and make like $2 on ad revenue. So Aloe, I know you have a bunch of garbage coins that, no, I'm just joking. I know you have a lot of very high potential, high risk coins. So if you have any coins like Pepe or whatever, that's why earlier in the stream we kind of went through the coins that are having nice reversals. And these are the coins that I'm going to be making videos on. So I really do need to capitalize and beef up the ad revenue, especially because it's already 5 days into January and I'm already behind. So anyway, let's see. What's a good entry for Arrow, MNT, or Knight? What's a good entry for Arrow? There was a good entry for Arrow. It was here. Oh, sorry. It was the 618786, which we had boxed before. So before I just updated the chart just now, a good entry would have been 40 to 64 cents. So if you're not in, or if you want to buy more, I would probably wait for a move back down and hope that it does break back down into this area of resistance, which is 41 to 55 cents. Because you could still come back down and even make a lower low. But yeah, so maybe if you're trying to like risk it a little bit more, maybe 55 cents, but I'm not a big fan of buying when it's up like 51%, you know. I just can't tell you a good entry on this without playing it super conservatively, because like if it was me, I would probably be buying in between 40 and 54, hoping to catch a sell-off while also maintaining an uptrend, right? Because there has to be some sort of logical reason behind, you know, why I would buy at a certain time. And it's because, oh, okay, well, if it hits this uptrend, or if it hits support like it did before, then obviously we know we're going to get some sort of bounce, which is exactly what happened. So that's what I think. What's a good entry for MNT? Mantle. Damn, dude. Of course. My vision thing is like, of course, the day I'm live streaming again. That's so annoying. Oh, man. Sucks. Okay, let's just keep going. Let's see. What's a good entry for MNT? Yeah, so for MNT, first of all, on the macro time frame for MNT, you did break support at $1.22, so just be careful because that does also coincide with this area of resistance. I would say a good entry if it was me. Yeah, you actually did come back also. You also came back down to 80 cents to a dollar on MNT. So it would be like 80 cents for MNT. That would be a good between 80 and 90 cents for MNT. That would be a good entry point. Personally, that's where I would be buying MNT. And then you said night. Good night. You're leaving? Oh, this is that one of those coins that you actually have to spell it out, right? Night. Midnight. Yeah, we're gonna have to look at it on here, which I hate doing, but unfortunately we have to. Okay, so a good entry for MNT would be between, so if you really believe in this coin, and if you think it's going to the moon flip coins, I would personally buy it somewhere between 6 and 7 cents, because this is typically where we get a retracement before the next move up. So if you think this is still bullish, then there. But if you're trying to dollar cost average, it would obviously be 6 cents 20 to 7 cents 90, and then the next dollar cost average would be between 3 cents 20 and 4 cents 26. So it just depends on how risky you want to play it. Like if I knew for sure this coin was going to go up and I had $1,000, I would probably, and I really liked it, I would probably put 750 in at this level and then 250 in here. But that's just me, so that's where I would personally do it. Thank you so much for the 10 beans, by the way. I really appreciate that. Dwayne Killy-Keller says, we just need 1 billion market cap for Elon. Yo, I'd be rich, man. And that's what's crazy is that, yeah, I would actually be rich. Do you know how crazy that is? That's what I was hoping for, but I was wrong. Well, hold on. I'm not wrong yet. So I'm not wrong yet. I mean, look, like all it needs to do is just this. All it needs to do is this, right? That's so funny. Yeah, all it needs to do is just like go up 5,000%. No, if it goes up, what is it? 30, so that's 20x, that's 30x. Yeah, 30x. 30 to 40x. And it goes back up to its all-time high. Bro, that's especially given that, yeah, this is 60x back up to its all-time high. And then also you look at Ethereum scan and Etherscan, and you look at the holders and you see crypto.com holding $12 million, the number one wallet. Uniswap second, crypto.com, KuCoin, Gemini holding 1.6 million, OKX, Binance Peg token, which actually a Binance Peg token wallet, which it's not even on Binance yet. Do you guys not see this? Am I the only one that like sees this? Like this is a no-brainer in my opinion. It's just very crazy that it's sitting all the way down here, which I do think it's market manipulation. I do think they're going to try to make big whales and people that have a lot of money in here sell before they pump the price. Obviously, that's what happens. People want to get in for as cheap as possible. But this is a game changer in my opinion. This is, you're looking at a 60x. You're looking at a 65x. That's life-changing money. That's $10,000 into $650,000. And keep in mind, we were talking about two coins that did do that. That were on Coinbase. So one of them was Pangolin, and the other one was Pangolin, PNG, and XCN. So it's not even that crazy, you know. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Flip coins, let's go. Demon, welcome, Demon. Can you check SEI? We actually just did check SEI, but I can check again for you. Yeah, so SEI, you have resistance at 14 to 17 cents, so just be careful. We could still come back up here and get stuck. It doesn't even have to come back and retest that, but just keep in mind you're up 24%. From the bottom, you're looking at 35 to 63% before sellers start taking profits, traders start taking profits. Once that breaks 23 cents and then invalidating this downtrend would be crucial for a continuation up, but that's what I think. Bruh, nobody bought down there. I thought you were. We talked about it. The RSI was super oversold. You were in there. You had Vara. You really you have really bad confirmation bias. Confirmation. What the hell does that even mean? Hold on, let me Google this. Everybody, sorry, I gotta put the live stream on hold. Aloe told me shape of structures, and especially an animal. The shape or structure of something. You really have bad confirmation bias? Wait, what? Any of the spatial arrangements between which atoms and molecules may adopt. What? Bro, you're gonna have to elaborate on that. I have no idea what you're trying to say. Let's start a poll. Thoughts on Onyx coin? It seems to move heavy in January. Did the same last year. I don't know. I have no idea, but we can check. Let's look at the chart. Oh, I'm going to make a video on this because it's moving up so much. XCN USD. Oh, yeah, look. Our chart didn't change. Let's go. Now I can make a video saying that I was right. Taking a look at XCN Onyx coin on the live stream. So wow, we put in a bottom and we are now sitting in resistance. So our chart doesn't need to change right now because we are actually sitting in resistance. Keep in mind, you just went up 124%, meaning that your $1,000 is now $2,200 in one day. So keep in mind, the RSI is extremely overbought. That doesn't mean that there can't be a continuation up. That just means be careful when you're buying, especially trying to chase pumps like this. You're still hitting a downtrend, and you are still hitting resistance between 74 and 1 cent. Once this area does break, then you can start saying next target 1 cent 80 and then to the moon. But what we don't want to see is coming back in here and getting stuck and smacked back down below 7 cents for 2074, not 7 cents. If that does happen, then looking back in the future, we're going to say, hey, this was another pump. We got stuck here and we got sent right back down, and most likely a lower low will be in play. But again, you need to break 2074 to 1 cent for a continuation up. 1 cent 80 will be in play after that. Congratulations to everybody that bought this dip, and congratulations if you're trading it. You're up 128% as of right now, so good for you. None of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion. Thank you so much for your support, and I'll catch you in the next video. Wow. Every Friday, I'm buying Elon up to 81 billion. Yeah, I only have 100. But I did have 200, but then I sold my other 100 for a loss, unfortunately, because I got scared. I thought I was going to lose all my money. I played it very safe. I sold it at 62, so I technically don't feel bad yet because it's not at 62. It's at, what is that? It's at 54. So I sold at 62, so technically I still made the right play. She's basically saying you're a punk. Like you see something happen after it happens and think, see, I knew I should have did that. Yeah. We should have just put all our money in Vara, man. What are you talking about? You should be you should be saying the same thing that I'm saying right now. Like, yeah, we had the right idea. We had the right idea. Let's look at Dogelon. Yeah, I guess I could make a Dogelon video. Taking a look at Dogelon Mars on the live stream. So nothing has changed from our last update video. I think yesterday's update video. But everything's moving up, so I might as well just make a video, right? Just in case we do get the move up, and then people are going to be searching Dogelon Mars, and they're going to find this while price is currently at 7.054. So now saying that, on the macro time frame, it's still bearish under 7.091, and sorry, not on the macro time frame, not even on the macro time frame. On the shorter time frame, it's still bearish under 7.091 to 6.013, meaning we could still get a massive move up to either of these levels, get stuck, and come back down and retest this low. I don't mean to be super bearish, but it is what it is, and that is the case right now. Now on the macro time frame, we have resistance at 6.012 to 22. So in order for it to be bullish on the macro time frame, it needs to break 6.022. But we don't need to worry about that right now, which is why we're looking at a shorter time frame and taking it this target at a time on the shorter time frame. So hopefully tomorrow we wake up and we're through 6.013, and then we can start taking a look at it on the bigger time frame. But as of right now, 7.09 to 6.013 is the next target on the upside. None of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion. Thank you so much for your support, and I'll catch you in the next video. 44% of the chat says yes. BTC is breaking, which means that 44% of the chat is bullish. Oh, I guess that's not a yes and no question. That's dumb. Okay, let me fix that. There we go. What's up, Smash Toshi, Yo Yo Meow? Welcome to the 38-minute mark of the live stream. We still got a couple videos to make and look at, but we got to look at Pepe. Pepe had a monster move. Wow. Look at this. We didn't even yeah, wow. I guess all my squibbles ended up turning out to be correct. No, I'm just joking. Taking a look at Pepe on the live stream. So at this point, we do need to update the chart a little bit. We said we had resistance at 5.055 to 5.067. Now, I don't want to change it just yet, actually, because we do need to absolutely stay over this level at 5.067. If we don't, then we will probably come back down and retest 55 at some point. But if we do manage to keep levels over 67, then the next target up will be 5.090. Yeah, 5.095, which is the 618 retracement. Keep in mind, all of these levels also do coincide with this downtrend, and the 618 does correspond perfectly with hitting this downtrend. So it does need to break that level for any sort of continuation higher. Now, once we do break over and stay over 5.067, we can start taking a look at the targets on the upside, and we could redraw our targets. But as of right now, this is still technically a possibility because we did get this monster move up. We are extremely overbought on the RSI, and every single time we get extremely overbought on the RSI, it does typically mark some sort of top before we get some sort of sell-off, okay? even here, top before some sort of sell-off. Now, are we topped before some sort of sell-off in a bigger downtrend? Your guess is better than mine. We're looking at the same thing. So I would say be careful, but if you guys think it's going to break out of here and it's going to the moon, then you got to do what's best for you. None of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion. Thank you so much for your support, and I'll catch you in the next video. Yeah, if you're buying Pepe right now, no offense, just be careful. That is like the worst time to buy. You're in a downtrend. We talked about it down here. It's up 96%. Like, this is where you need to be taking profits, not starting a position. But anyway, it is what it is. Oh wait, we already checked Vara. Yeah, KeyCat. Let's go. Let's see what KeyCat's doing. Yeah, KeyCat's still getting stuck at resistance, but taking a look at KeyCat, Keyboard Cat on the live stream. So second attempt to break this. I like that. Second attempt to break this area of resistance. Sounds super professional. So you have resistance at 2.014 to 2.019. Keep in mind you already came up here, got stuck, and got sent back down to the shadow realm. Now you're attempting to break this level again. So keep in mind, from the low to the high, you're up 72%. You did that twice. So if you're trading it, good for you. That's amazing. But if you're holding it, you're probably disappointed, because although you are up 72% like you were last time, if we do get stuck at this area again, you are going to come back down and probably break down and make a lower low, validating this downtrend. So as a holder, you really, really, really want to break this area of resistance, which is between 2.014 to 19. And the next target on the upside should send you to 2.03. And then from there, we could recalibrate, recalculate, and look at the next targets on the upside. None of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion. Thank you so much for your support. All right, we can get rid of Keyboard Cat. GT deleted his message, so I can't read it. Demon says, meow, have you done Bonk? I actually saw Bonk up too, but I don't know if I made an update video on it. It's been a while, so let's take a look at Bonk. See what. Oh yeah, wow. Look at that. We got stuck at resistance, and you're overbought. Yeah, be careful with Bonk. Let's see. If you're trading it, great. Get rid of that. Taking a look at Bonk on the live stream. So I don't need to change my targets or my chart at all. The only time that I would change it is if we break this area of resistance. Keep in mind, if you're holding it, and if you're a holder, you absolutely need to break this area of resistance between 4.012 and 4.015. If you do not break this area, you are going to come back down to this low and make a lower low. If you do break this, then we could start taking a look at the targets on the upside. You're looking at, I guess I did it on the macro time frame. Yeah, you're looking at 4.027, which then at that point will invalidate this downtrend, and you'll break out of this downtrend in this channel. We can start taking a look at the targets on the upside. But as of right now, first and foremost, it looks like this is you're just coming back over here and retesting this area of resistance, and it's going to be some sort of retracement. Also, keep in mind that on the RSI, you are extremely overbought, and like I always emphasize and note, and we can look back on history. Typically, when we are extremely overbought, it does mark some sort of top. Now here, you made a higher low, and you actually broke out. So you have to decide, okay, well, are we going to actually maintain some sort of uptrend and make a higher low? It might be, it might be putting in a top right now, small correction before the next move up, but you have to decide what's best for you at that point. Again, every single time we are overbought, we do get some sort of correction, so just be mindful of that. None of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion. Congratulations to whoever bought this dip, because you're up 70% right now from this low. And if you're holding it, you really need to break this area of resistance. When that breaks, we could redraw this entire chart. But if it doesn't, we're going to come back down. None of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion. Thank you so much for your support, and I'll catch you in the next video. Let's see. I guess Robinhood at Onyx going to buy on their platform just recently. Wait, really? Let me see. Let me fact check you because I actually have Robinhood. Oh my gosh, you're right. Yo, they added XCN on Robinhood. I can actually buy XCN on Robinhood. Wow. Yo, that's insane. Look at that. Just in 1 week. Wow, look at this. Unbelievable. They actually added X. That's why my XCN videos are getting so many views right now. Yo, I need to make more XCN videos. Troy Grimm says, looked at Dogecoin yet? No, I haven't. Ivan Mister says, no sauna bro, best wishes to you and your family. Yeah, thank you. Wow, just because you said that, I'll take a look at Nosana for you, but only because you sound very nice. So thank you. SHX blowing. If it's not, I'm banning you. No, I'm just joking. SHX. I mean, you're stuck. It's doing everything. It's doing what everything else is doing, which is getting stuck at resistance. But let me first look at Dogecoin. Dogelon, that's funny. Let's look at Dogecoin, and then we can start going down the list. We'll do these fast. Why did I write Doge? There we go. Taking a look at Dogecoin on the live stream, so I don't really need to change my chart right now. I know it looks a little bit messy, but regardless, our targets are still live and valid. Like we said before, we had support at 10 cents, 11 cents. Refilling this wick, we didn't come down and tag it. We came very close before getting this reversal. Now keep in mind, we are getting stuck at resistance between 15 and 17 cents. So technically, this is where traders are going to be taking profits. I'm going to delete that circle because I already have too many on here. You are up around 32% in the last couple of days. So just keep in mind, again, you are getting stuck at resistance here. We do absolutely need to break this area of resistance between 15 and 17 cents. Once that breaks, then we are going to look at the next targets on the upside, which I think is going to be the 618 around 23 cents. Keep in mind, all that doesn't matter because it's still in a downtrend, okay? So you're still hitting the top of this downtrend. So true break over 23 cents is going to invalidate this, and you're going to start we're going to start looking at the channel on the bigger channel that's forming, making higher lows and higher highs, which then we could start taking a look at the next targets on the upside. But as of right now, 15, 17, and 23 cents as a holder are key areas of resistance that you do need to break in order to see any sort of follow through and in order for Dogecoin to be bullish on the macro time frame. Otherwise, you are going to get stuck here. You're going to come right back down, make a lower low like it's been doing, and 10 to 11 cents is next. None of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion. Thank you so much for your support, and I'll catch you in the next video. We looked at Dogecoin. I read that. Yo, Troy Grimm for $20. That is a lot of money, man. Thank you so much for that. That's crazy. Yo, chat revenue's good today. Oh my gosh. Making up for lost time, man. Yo, thank you so much for the $20. I really appreciate it. You know what? Just because you gave me 20 Dogecoin to like $20 million. No, I'm just joking. Imagine. Oh yeah, like thanks for the 20 Dogecoin to $5. No, I'm just joking. But yeah, it's 15, 17, and 23 cents. We don't need to change our targets yet. So I really hope we do get a breakout from this area, and then we could rechange, and then we could literally, we're gonna have to redraw the entire chart once that does happen. And that's awesome. Thank you so much for the 20 beans. I really appreciate that. That's awesome, man. Wow. That's a lot of money. Nosana. Thank you so much for the 20. That's crazy. Thank you. Nosana. Let's take a look at Nosana. Yeah, so I don't even know when the last time I looked at Nosana was, but look, you actually respected this area. You came up 233%, smacked into resistance, and you guys are going to notice a pattern. 236 382 retracement. You don't break this area, you're going to come back down and make a lower low, unless you're putting in a bottom, right? That's exactly what happened. So I'm going to remove that, but I just wanted to, I do want you to focus on that because it's very important. Now keep in mind, on the shorter time frame, you're already hitting resistance, okay? So that was on the macro time frame. Because you had such a big move up, it didn't matter. But now that you're in this deeper correction, oh my god, that scared me.
Sorry.
No worries. I was like, wait, did someone like break in? Okay, so yeah, so 29 to 38 cents is resistance, and you already came up to this level and got stuck. So you're already up 55 to 84%, given that you bought the dip, right? In order for us to see any sort of continuation or possible reversal, first of all, you have a lot of resistance to cover. You need to break over 38 cents. Otherwise, we're going to look back and say, hey, this was just a small recovery relief rally before we got smacked back down and made a lower low. So I don't want to look at this on the bigger time frame yet, because we'll just take it smaller targets at once, and we'll just say 29 to 38 cents, because at least you'll know, hey, I'm getting stuck at resistance and we're actually breaking down, or hey, we're breaking over these areas of resistance, so we can start looking at the bigger time frame targets on the upside. So that's pretty much it. I'll actually leave this for historical reference. And none of this is financial advice, and thank you. I'll take a look at SHX, but I need to look at SNEC because Flipcoins is in the chat. Taking a look at SNEC. Yeah, so for SNEC, yeah. Taking a look at SNEC on the live stream. So first and foremost, on the macro time frame, just keep in mind for SNEC, the 236 is around 2014, which is important because it does coincide with shorter time frame area of resistance, which is 2012 to 17. So as of right now, we're getting some sort of reversal, but what you don't want to see is making a lower high here. So you do need to break, first and foremost, you do need to break 2012 to 2017. Once that does break, the next area of resistance is 27. Keep in mind that's going to be another 110% pump from the current price, and from this low you're already up 61%, which is a pretty big move. And I don't need to change anything with this chart until that area does break, because like we always state, we could get stuck anywhere in this area and come back down, and at that point we're just hoping that we're establishing a bottom before we eventually break out. And if we don't, then obviously you're just validating this downtrend, making lower highs and lower lows in this channel. But so far so good. I don't want to be super bearish. We're attempting to break this area of resistance right now. So price to action and price to beat is going to be 12 to 17, which we're attempting to break right now. Once that breaks, then I think, what is it, 27. 2027 is the next target on the upside. None of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion. Thank you so much for your support. I'll catch you in the next video. Man, I'm losing my voice. Excuse me. SHX, that's a good coin to make a video on. Taking a look at SHX on the live stream. So we said we had macro area support at 204, which actually I'm going to keep here just in case, because I'm not going to change anything with the chart right now, because we are getting this strong retracement and relief rally, but we are still stuck technically in resistance between the 236 and 382, which is around 1 cent to 1 cent 28. Keep in mind, we do need to, as a holder, you do need to break this area. 1 cent 80 would be the next target. However, as a trader, then theoretically you're taking profits here, which is currently 81% from the low. So congratulations if you're trading it, and if you're holding it, you need to break this level. Next key area that you need to break is 1 cent 80, and then from there to the moon. We'll have to take a look at the targets on the upside. None of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion. I will keep you updated, and thank you so much for your support. I don't tell fibs, but I get... Wait, what? I don't tell fibs, but I get it. It's the darn internet. I don't tell fibs, but I get it. It's the darn internet. Wait, I don't know what that means. Oh, like because Robinhood. Oh yeah, but you gotta understand, man. There's so many people that come in here that are like, oh my god, my coin is being listed on Robinhood, but I at least check because I have Robinhood. But they say like, oh, like, SHX is up 5,000%, or like, oh my god, Dojalon's at 500 million market cap. So obviously, of course, I'm gonna go check. Man, the outdoor cat's meowing. I think it's time. I think it's time for their food. Hold on, buddy. Yeah, hold on. You're not dying. Trust me. You just had food. All right, let's see. Thanks, mate. You're welcome, mates. What am I missing? Yeah, I've been live for 56 minutes, so almost an hour. We'll kind of keep. We still got some coins to look at, but this is. Yeah. We had really good chat revenue today, actually, and then on top of that, we got Venmo. So. We got a Venmo payment from Flipcoins, so that is awesome. So I think I'm gonna keep it going a little bit. Hold on, I don't know if you guys hear the cat outside, but I gotta give this cat some food. Hey, you hungry? You still have food over there. What are you doing? What are you doing, buddy? What are you doing? What? You want treats? Hold on. Hold on, buddy. Hold on, buddy. Alright, come on, Angel. There you go. Everyone gets treats. Alright. Let's see. What's up, Luna? Welcome to the. Where's the Truth Trill? I'm surprised that guy's not here. I waited for Book of Meme and USCR. Yeah, this thing just had a monster move, but it looks like it's dumped, dude. Oh my god, man, he just got an 800% pump, and he's not in here. And he always super chats. That's crazy, man. He's probably out at the clubs right now. I can't, dude. This guy got an 8x, and he's not here. He just commented on my video. That's awesome, man. Good for him. Why can't I get that 8x, man? Like, it's not. I wouldn't say no to an 8x. That's a lot of money. Demon says I'm buying coins on Robinhood or on Dex Screener. I'm done with Chronos app. Oh wait, what happened? Yeah, I'm done with. I've been done with Chronos app. I was done with Chronos app when I started buying Shiba Inu back in 2021. Even though I made all my money in Shiba Inu, it was still pretty brutal because you put it. I buy like $1,000 worth of Shiba Inu, and my portfolio is like at $920 or like $900. I'm like, wait, where did 100 of my dollars go? And it's because they play the spread game. So they push the price like up when you buy or whatever. Yeah, I've been done with crypto.com. It's just Gemini now and Robinhood for my Bitcoin. Bitcoin on Robinhood, and that's it. Luna the Alpha says happiest New Year everyone. Yeah, happy New Year to you too, man. XLM is pumping. XRP. I'll take a look at both of those. Bajornabek. I like saying your name. Bajornabek. Bajornabek. Welcome to live stream. Anyone taste taco pizza before? No, I've never had taco pizza before. I'm paying $4.99 to have 0 fees, but at the end of the day, they're still taking my money in the form of transaction. Yeah, exactly. They literally, when you push buy, they're literally like everything listed on crypto.com is inflated pricing. It's not actual market. It's higher. So it's dumb. So I don't like crypto.com. I haven't used it in 5 years. Oh my gosh, 5 years. That's crazy. It broke 95 already? No. What coin are you talking about? Zay's Earth. What coin are you talking about? I don't know what coin you're talking about. But anyway, let's take a look at XLM. If it's not pumping, I'm going to be mad. Yeah, you got stuck at resistance. But this is actually good. Good content. Taking a look at XLM on the live stream. So you came back up. You smacked right into our box. So I don't need to change our targets just yet. So we said we had resistance at 25 cents to 29 cents. This is where traders are going to be taking profits. So if you're a trader, congratulations, because you made 30% on this move. That doesn't mean that the move has to end. I mean, technically you're not overbought yet. It doesn't necessarily have to come back up here, but typically, you know, you do get overbought sometimes. You know, it seems like enough time has passed by where you do get some sort of move up. Now, the only time I would be concerned is if you do get overbought and you're actually not over this area of resistance at 25 to 29 cents. Because what's going to happen is you're probably going to get stuck here. Everything's overbought, so there's a correction incoming, and you're probably going to get smacked back down in the next lower low, validating this downtrend, and this channel is going to send you to 11 to 16 cents. But let's not be super bearish right now. I mean, XLM just had a 30% move, which is very good. As a holder, you need to break 25 to 29 cents in order for any sort of continuation, and a break above 36 cents, which does coincide with this downtrend for any sort of breakout confirmation, and then we can start taking a look at the targets on the upside. But you have a lot of resistance to cover as of right now. None of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion. I will keep you updated, and thank you so much for your support. Oh my god, damn, so many people typing. My last name, Mean Bear Water Stream. Nice. Scam. It is a scam. The True Trill, yo. That's crazy. I was just talking about you. That's crazy. I was like, dude, you came in here. I know, I have it up because I was gonna respond to your like comments when I upload these videos, but I'm gonna make videos for you now and update them anyway. But I'm like, bro, you are in here talking about USCR back here, and it went up 800%, man. You are one of the very few chosen ones in crypto that actually got an 800% move. The highest I ever got was like a 500% move, and that was with Shiba Inu, and I made like 20 grand, and the market took it back in the course of like 5 years. So that's awesome, man. You just did 8x in less than a month. So congratulations. We'll make both. I think you asked for Book of Meme and USCR. I'm still gonna respond to your comments saying like, oh, the videos are updated. But welcome to the live stream, man. Welcome. BTC broke 95. Well, it's getting stuck at resistance, so it doesn't matter because you're just gonna look back and no, it didn't break 95. It broke 94, 94.6. We have resistance at 95.2. So I don't know, man. I mean, we'll see what happens, but this looks like a bear flag forming in my opinion. But I could be wrong. This thing could just go flying up out of here. So we'll see. What's up, Lucky Demetrio? Welcome to live stream. I'm still paying 0, but once I checked my balance, they still took some money. When I saw it, I said, F this app. Yeah. I don't like crypto.com. I haven't used it in 5 years. So I don't like it because I think they take your money. Like Coinbase is way better, but obviously I deleted Coinbase too because I think they farm people. And and I'm not for that. KeyCat doing well right now, Meow. Yeah, I actually made a video for you because you commented on my video, and I made a video for you that I'm going to upload after this. But you're hitting resistance at 14 to 19, so if you're holding it, you need to break this area. If you're trading it, then you already took profits, which is like 70%. So congratulations on that. But you do need to get a breakout, and then a breakout should send you to 203. If you don't get that, then you're going to probably get smacked back down and go back down to the shadow realm. So, not financial advice, just my opinion. Luna says, thank you. Can you check Altcoin, Flarecoin? Yes, congratulations. Yeah, congratulations to the True Trill. In my charts, ETH and BTC on 1 day stock RSI is oversold or overbought. So price has to, you mean overbought, not oversold. So price has to go down, but 1 week we just broke bullish. What do you mean they farm people? Like they list coins that go down to zero and they just constantly like pump them, and we're buying and we're basically paying fees, and then they just delist the coin. That's what I mean. How many coins have they listed that went to zero and then they delisted it? Yeah, so let's take a look at USCR, because taking a look at USCR on the live stream. So first and foremost, from the high to the low, let's see. Yeah, so you had a 618 retracement, which is actually one of the things we talked about at 5 cents. That is from the low to the 618 retracement is around 762% pump. It should actually be a little bit more, right? Yeah, 800% pump. So you already had a 618 retracement, so just be careful. There are a couple of levels that you need to stay over, which is 2 cents 40 for any sort of continuation, which you just now wicked at this level. So if you do break this, you are going to come back down, make a lower low probably, and validate this some sort of big downtrend that's forming. But if it doesn't, for any sort of continuation, 2 cents 40 needs to hold. Once you break 5 cents 50 and price action stays over this level, then 9 cents, 20 cents, and then $1.75 are all in play. None of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion. Congratulations to all the traders, and congratulations to everybody that's taking profits right now. Good for you. And yeah, I'll keep you updated, and I'll catch you in the next video. Congratulations to the True Trill, man. And then Book of Meme. Yeah, this thing hopefully bottomed, but just be careful. Obviously, this coin's crazy, but we've been live for 1 hour and 8 minutes now. Let's go. All right, we're gonna have to end it soon because I don't want to be up like all night editing videos and stuff. So we're probably gonna be live for another like 15 minutes. Damn, that's a long time. For another 10 minutes. 5 minutes, 1 minute. All right, I'm done. All right, so Book of Meme is still bearish under 2013, so there's really nothing to look at here. Also, on the RSI, you're still on the RSI. You're overbought, so obviously we're getting some sort of sell-off, and you're printing red right now. It's just so bearish. I mean, there's really nothing I can look at, right? Very, very, very little to look at here. So you do need to get a break over 2013 and 23 for any sort of move up. Keep in mind also, that's exactly what happened last time, right? So every single time we've put in a bottom, you've came back up, you've gone stuck at this area of resistance, and then you made a lower low. Same here, every single time, right? So I'm not saying, and it's not even guaranteed for it to happen again, because at this point, this correction on the shorter time frame, you could even take your fib from here and say, hey, we're technically on the shorter time frame, we've already tagged this area of resistance. So on the shorter time frame, it's still bearish. On the bigger time frame, it's especially bearish. So So we'll start with lower targets, which would be 3076.79 to 201. Once that breaks, then 2016. But all that is still validating a downtrend, so you have long ways to go before you invalidate this. Okay, so I'm sorry to be so bearish, but there's really nothing more to say when you look at a coin and the chart and price action is sitting at the bottom of the chart. So none of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion, and thank you. I don't know if I made a video on that, but I clipped it anyway, so we'll see. Yes, I'm still holding USCR. Haven't taken any profits. Yo, you're still holding after 800%. Yo, that's crazy. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Yo. Bro, I hope you make it, man. I hope you make it. How to write over both? It's overbought. Like overbought. There we go. It's overbought. So that means that you're going to get some sort of correction because it's overbought. Now, when it's extremely oversold, you're in the red. You're basically falling off the table. You're like, oh my God, my coin's going to zero. In my opinion, Robinhood cryptos will pump. Yeah, I think so too. I think Robinhood coins are pretty good. But Jornabek says ICP. Oh my gosh, man. What the heck? You're actually in ICP? That's crazy. Damn, Vara going to zero. It was a good run. No way. Is it actually? Well, yeah. Damn, dude. Look at that. Yeah, this thing is like cooked, man. Oh, we're going back down. Yo. The selling. Just the selling is going to be crazy on this. The road to $1 starts now. Yeah, hopefully. I really hope he didn't buy the pump. The True Chill for 99 cents. Thank you so much for the $1, man. I really appreciate that. I hope it goes higher than 800% for you, man. I just got here. I made videos on both of your coins, so I'll be posting them after the live stream, by the way. So BTC will start liquidating late longs if it hits 93.2. Yo, it's going much lower than that, man. That's crazy. You really think it's going to be 93.2? We're going to go back down. Look, it's already printing red. It was a good run. We never made it to 95. We never made it to 95. So I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say, but we're probably going to come back down. I think we're literally forming some sort of bear flag, so my opinion isn't going to change. If you disagree with me, I don't care, because we can all have different opinions. You could type it in the chat. I welcome it. But I'm not going to change my idea just because, you say that, people think it's going to go higher than 95,000. If it does, it's good. I could just come back and say, hey, I was wrong. But based on my portfolio, I'm playing it a little bit conservatively. I'm literally waiting for us to start printing red on the Gaussian channel. And ICP, I don't know. I mean, good luck with ICP, man. I don't know if, I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish with this. Just be careful with this, obviously. It had a really nice run. I mean, you did 263%. You didn't even hit resistance. The ICP now is a lot different than the ICP before because they diluted the crap out of this coin. So it's going to take a lot of volume and a lot of money to even get it remotely close back up to this all-time high, which I don't think it's ever going to hit. So for the gentleman that asked, what do I mean by farming? Look at ICP. This is what I mean. 5 years ago, they released this coin at the peak, and then they've been just basically farming people, users, And yeah, that's what I mean. Let's see. We gotta look at Horizon. Yeah, this is not another coin that's like, I don't know where it's headed. Taking a look at Horizon Zen on the live stream. So nothing has changed from our last chart. We do still have resistance at $12 to $20. Price action below this box is still resistant and bearish. Clearly, we've been respecting this area of resistance for the past 3-4 years. Once we do get a breakout from this area, then we can start taking a look at the macro targets on the upside. However, as long as we're under $12, it is still macro bearish, and $6 in these previous lows are technically in play. None of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion. I will keep you updated, and thank you so much for your support. Oops. Taking a look at Dog and Me on the live stream. So we put in a new low, so I did have to change my targets. We saw resistance at 3.025 to 3.036. Keep in mind we could still come back up to these levels in this area of resistance, get stuck, come back down, validate this downtrend that we're in. So in order to see any sort of bullish, any sort of a bullish structure forming and not just a retracement, it does need to break this box. Once that breaks, the next target on the upside is 3.066, and then once that breaks to the moon. But as of right now, you could still come back up to this area, get stuck, come back down and make a lower low and validate this downtrend that we've been in and that we're forming. None of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion. I will keep you updated, and thank you so much for your support. All right, we got 3 more coins to do. Nobody's typing in the chat, which is great given that we have like 30 people in here. Or what is it? What do I see? 24. Oh, we just lost a couple. MOG. Taking a look at MOG on the live stream. So we technically hit resistance right now. We don't need to really change anything with the chart. We have resistance at 6.34 to 47. So we could still come back up to these levels, get stuck, and come back down, make a lower low. We still have support at 6.22, so that is still support. However, given that we do get stuck here at resistance, we are probably going to come back down and retest that area of support. Now, once we do break this area, and if you're a trader, then you're taking profits. But if you're a holder, once we break this area, the next target is going to be 6.81, which keep in mind, we are still in a nasty downtrend for MOG, and it does perfectly coincide with the 618. So we have a lot of resistance to break. Once we break that, then we can start taking a look at the targets on the upside. None of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion. I will keep you updated, and thank you so much for your support. Flipcoin says, thanks, Meow. See you in the next stream. Yeah. I don't even know. What's my schedule going to be? Yeah, actually, you know what? Bitcoin's doing pretty good right now. So I think I will live stream every single day this month. So just keep in mind, the live streams are Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time like today. And on the weekends, it's going to be in the mornings. On Saturdays are when the watch list videos are posted. And then usually I go live stream closely after all the videos are posted. So just keep in mind, I will also post my schedule on Instagram, X, TikTok. So if you guys don't follow me on there, please go and follow me. Help me monetize on those platforms. That would be amazing. And yeah, that's it. So let's see. Oh, we did MOG. So we got XYO, which is having a retracement, not a breakout. taking a look at XYO on the live stream. So XYO is attempting to break the macro 236 at 2061. So keep in mind this is a very important level. It needs to break. When that does break, the next areas of resistance on the shorter time frames are going to be between 208 and 1 cent 11. Keep in mind we could still come back up to this area like we did before, get stuck, traders will be taking profits, and then the price will be sent back down to the lows. However, for holders, if you do end up breaking this area of resistance, then you are going to get some sort of big move back up to the 618, which as of right now is 1 cent 90. And then from there, you're going to be making a higher high, in my opinion, validating this uptrend and this structure that's been forming since October of 2023. None of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion. I will keep you updated. Again, be careful with this. We're getting stuck at resistance right now, and then we still have a lot of resistance to break. So you could still come back up to these levels, get stuck, and get smacked back down. So just be careful. And yeah, I'll keep you updated, and I'll catch you in the next video. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be so many videos. How many videos is this? Like 25? Brutal. I need coffee. 619. Damn. Taking a look at Cryptex Finance on the live stream. So with CTX right now, it does look like you are getting some sort of recovery rally. However, it is still macro bearish under $1.73. Keep in mind, you just had a monster move up. You had an 80% move up from this low. So in order to see any sort of macro trend reversal, you have a lot of area of resistance to break, which is $1.72 to 322. You could still come back up here, get stuck, and get sent back down and make a lower low. Now, price action is still bearish under $1.72 and doesn't necessarily have to go to this level too. So we might be putting in a top right now, and price action might get sent back down to the low. As far as support, there is no more support. You made an all-time low just a couple days ago, and now you're getting some sort of relief rally. So you could say it's a dead cat bounce, but if it does get you to this area of resistance, then there could be some sort of argument for a trend reversal and for it to start being bullish on the macro time frame. None of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion. I will keep you updated, and thank you so much for your support. Dream Hunter says, love your TA. Thanks. Yeah, you're welcome. Oh, thank you for the compliment. And yeah, you're welcome for the TA. Yeah, the problem is that 99% of us are holders and are moon boys. So we just want to hold it. But man, these moves up are crazy, like 70%, 50%, 130%. You know, like I feel like if you're a really good trader, you could easily snowball, like a small amount of money into like a small fortune, I guess, just by taking $1,000 and taking 50 to 150% pumps, or even 30% pumps. Like I'll even take 30% pumps, you know, 1,300, 1,600, 19, 2,000, 2,600, and then you just snowball that with small 30% pumps, and you take advantage of market dips and in bear markets in these like red days. I feel like it's going to take a lot more work, but I think that's the safest way. If you're a really good gambler, yeah, but that's the thing. We didn't buy Vara and we called it Aloe. I mean, technically though, I guess it didn't even like really hit. It didn't really even hit anything, so never mind. I take that back. I mean, it would have been impossible to exactly like to identify that and catch this 88% move. So I don't know. I think it's kind of crazy to be to have known that Everybody's still broke from 1010. Yeah. Yeah. From that giant wick. Hey, where's the Caspa guy? The Caspa guy never showed up today. I've been making update videos for him. Yeah, Caspa's having a nice move, but it's still bearish. Yeah, it's still bearish, unfortunately. You're still in this downtrend. The True Troll says, I got into USCR at 207, 208. I'm riding that to $1. I got in so low, I'm riding it out. Yeah, you might as well. Bro, you're up 800%. Yeah, the True Troll is like rolling around in dough right now. I just want my coin to do this. Yeah, you got in like at 2, you got in here, man. Like this is where the True Troll got in. Oops. Yeah, this is where the True Troll got in. I remember. Yeah, so you're up right now, you're up 400% and you were up 700%. It's crazy how in like 1 hour it can go down so much. I don't know why these Pokemon boxes were coming here. I would not buy these boxes. Hey, what's up, lady? GST, bro, you're really gambling on GST? I'm sorry, that's too mean. Yeah, I don't know what you want me to say with GST, but this is another farming coin. So just be careful with GST. You just made an all-time low. There's really nothing to look at here. So like for example, for the guy who was like, hey, why does Coinbase, or what are you talking about, Coinbase Farms? Give me a second. Ooh, look at this car. Yeah, so for anybody that had any questions about like tokenomics and stuff, look. So it's crazy. They have 783,000 holders. That's crazy. So GST came out at $2. It got pumped to $6, and now it's sitting at a fifth of a penny. Now the market cap is actually way more than what the market cap was when it was at $6.53. It's a lot of was, but so when the price was $6.50, the market cap was 143 million. Okay, so that means that they diluted this coin so much. They released so much circulation. They distributed so many coins into circulation that the market cap is basically more than what it was even back in, what was it, in October of 2023? Yeah, in October of 2023, it was still at like 1 cent. Yeah, it was still at 1 cent. So they diluted it another like 5 times as much. So I can't even tell you how high this thing's gonna go, because like the highest market cap that this has ever been was 146 million. And in order for this to go back up to this all-time high, it's more than a 400. Is it a 400x? So 10. Yeah, it's like a 4,000x, right? Hold on. So 10x, 100x. Yeah, 1,000x. And then a 4,000x, dude. So like you're looking at a market cap of, I can't even do this math. It's too late. I don't even know if I can. So what's 4,000 times 10 million? Wait, that's easy. 4,000, 40,000. No, that's okay. Wait, hold on. That's 40 billion. So the market cap would be okay, so 10, 100 million, 1 billion is 100x. Wait, hold on. 10x is 100 million, 100x is 1 billion, 400x is 4 billion. Yeah. So the market cap would have to be 4 billion, which is more than a 10x, more than a 20x on the previous highest market cap that this has been. And just keep in mind, it's going to take a lot more volume to push the price back up to its all-time high. So yeah, I don't know how to really, you know, I don't know where it's going, but if you're gambling, that's one question, or that's one thing. You know, maybe you might have a 236 retracement. Maybe it goes up to 1 cent to 4 cents. It did that before actually, so it's not impossible. You're looking at 400 to 10x, almost a 20x. Keep in mind, that's what it did last time. So you actually did have the opportunity to sell here back when we used to make videos in 2023 earlier before this thing exploded. It went up, yeah, it went up 4x to, that's funny, it's actually the same percent wise, which is insane. But yeah, you got a 382 retracement here. So just keep in mind, you might get something like that again. It doesn't have to happen, but I would probably take profits if I saw my portfolio up 400%. Anything over that is just gravy on top, right? Not financial advice, just my opinion. I don't mean to be very harsh on this coin, but I don't like the tokenomics. I think you really need to look at the market cap and the tokenomics of this coin and understand that part. But doesn't mean it can't go up. The True Trill for another 99 cents. Let's go. Thank you so much for the thank you so much for the $2, man. I really appreciate that. Yep, I'm always up getting early. If you get in early, yeah. I got in early at Shiba Inu, man. I remember it was the best it was the best moment ever. Imagine like you go to sleep and your account's at $4,000 and then you wake up and it's at like 20. Like, what? What happened? It'll probably happen one day. And when most coins already pumped a lot. You're talking about GST? Maybe. Another coin I used to make videos on, but it's going to zero. It's ApeCoin. Do you guys remember ApeCoin with the NFTs? Yo. Is this thing going to come back to life? This is another coin this is another coin that diluted the crap out of the market. 22 cents and they're still diluting it. They're diluting it out to March of 2026. So it might actually not be a bad play to get in after it's fully diluted. Given that NFTs make a comeback, this is a kind of a high risk, high reward coin because this is actually the leading NFT coin, and it's on Coinbase and Binance. So not a bad play. Getting in now isn't a bad play. You might make some money. 120 to 400% pump. Maybe it goes back up to its all-time high. Probably not, right? It was 5 billion at $20. Now you'd be lucky to get, yeah, it's 5 billion at $20. So yeah, I don't know. It's not a bad play. ApeCoin isn't a bad play. You're really banking on on NFTs going back. And Axie too. Axie Infinity. Do you guys remember Axie? Dude, this coin, this coin was released on Coinbase. It was $142. Now it's $1. Not a bad play given that it's almost fully diluted too. You got the final token unlock schedule going on until on April of this year. Abolisher ROS. Oh look, he has the ApeCoin NFT. That's so funny. We were just talking about that. Bitcoin prediction. We're going to zero, man. I'm just joking. Yeah, Bitcoin. You know, if we don't break 95,000, we're probably going to get sent all the way back down, either invalidating this channel or coming back down to 91.3. So just the target that you're looking for on the upside right now is 95,000. If we don't get to it or break it, you're coming back down to 91.3. And then from there, we can see whether we use that as support or we actually come back and retest this uptrend as support, or whether we kind of have to shift or move this bear flag that I think is forming. And once we break 83.6, then straight shot down to 70,000 in my opinion. But yeah, I can barely talk now, so I think we're going to call it here. We'll be live again tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. The super chats were awesome. Thank you so much for the Venmo from Flipcoins. I really appreciate that. Just remember, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion. This is all just for entertainment purposes and nothing more. I really hope we all make it. Market is bullish right now, so I hope you guys are all making money and taking profits. But I really do hope that these aren't just retracements and we do get some sort of follow through and we start breaking through, because that's all it's going to be. I don't want to look back in a couple of weeks from now and see, oh yeah, well, hey, this was just a small retracement in this bigger bearish downtrend that's forming. So very important to note that. And yeah, we will be live again tomorrow, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We will be live every day this month, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Mondays through Fridays, and then Saturdays are going to be in the morning. So have a great night. Hopefully I will see you tomorrow, and I will catch everybody in the next live stream.